game.
Yo, y'all already know what it be about on this debriefing somber. This is how we gonna start. We're gonna start. I'm about to just take the shot dolo, and then I'll just tell my homies take a shot with me after. That's how I'm feeling today, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Yo, this is how confused I am now after watching last night game. I'm taking a shot off a Giants cup, wearing a Yankee fitted in Knicks colors, my nigga. Jesus. Yo, salute, man. Salute to all the loyal fans out there, bro. Peace.
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 I'm on some. I'm restricting myself from drinking for a while, man. I had a rough fucking weekend and shit, but for
Chaser.
sure we got to rock out. What up, though, my dudes? What's going on? How's
Who
life?
drinks a
You
chaser?
could you could see by everybody's fucking like the motherfuckers melancholy. They
Yeah,
kind
it
of
feel like that.
kind
It
of in a
feel
Sound
like
like
space
that.
right now.
it feels like that Monday right after a big party weekend. Everybody got to go to work wow early. This is it.
Everybody
Man,
upset.
I'm
Pissed.
just. I don't even want to say. I'm not even upset. I'm more worried. You know what I mean? I'm upset too, but you go through the chain of emotions, and the way my shit goes is anger, and then when my emotions cool off and I start really thinking about it, I'm like, damn, man, like, what are we doing here, man? This ain't this iteration of the Knicks ain't it. Like, even if we go on to win this series, like, but let's talk about it, man. Shit, Knicks. Listen, Game 4, Knicks lose to the Indiana Pacers. What was the score? 121 to 130. That score wasn't really indicative of the way the game went. We all hoped the Knicks could go into Indiana and take both games. They got the first one. We hope, man, let's let them get the second one, tie the series up 2-2, bring it back to the Garden, even though it really should be 2-2 already because we get our first one away. But, the idea was to put the pressure back on the Pacers, reclaim that home court, kind of right the wrongs of game one. And, that didn't happen, man. But listen, the Pacers come out with that furious pace. Yo, the Pacers come out and just run dudes out the gym, especially the Knicks, man. They ran the Knicks ragged out in transition. It felt like some Showtime Lakers shit. Even like Showtime Lakers 2.0 and shit. It shit was insane, man. They got out in transition. Tyrese Halliburton, he came to ball. Him and Brunson, though, they was kind of dueling early, lighting it up. I was like, oh, we getting ready to have a classic, battle and shit, and but Halliburton, man, he, as much as I hate him, we call him Holly Berry in these parts. But as much as I hate him, the motherfucker had a great game, 30-point triple double, no turnovers. The Knicks, man, Siakam did his thing. Rick Carlisle out coached Tom Thibodeau. Most of the game, the Knicks hung around a little bit. Most of the first half, despite these bad turnovers. Pacers, I think, shot like 68% from 3-point range in the first quarter. They closed out every quarter with a run. They just did all the right things. We did all the wrong things. We were terrible on offense, terrible on defense, terrible handling the rock. Josh Hart, who I love, I'm down on him, man.
About
A
to
bunch
fucking start crying, man. Shit,
of
this is sad, man.
Oh,
a bunch of listen, a bunch of bad turnovers, and listen, like I said, Tom Thibodeau's substitution pattern was terrible. And listen, Knicks just played really bad. Couldn't get buckets down the stretch. Couldn't get stops down the stretch. And they got what they deserve, man. They didn't play well. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fingers to point. I'm sure we all have our gripes with, parts of the game. But listen, man, I know everybody's a little upset. I'm still thinking, the emotional Knick fan in me is it's hard to separate logic from love from logic. So I'm saying we still got a shot at this. We're gonna win the next game at the Garden. Then just get it to Indiana and we'll take it from there. You know what I'm saying? I know certain motherfuckers on this panel wearing Pacers hats. Shit's all fucking nuts and shit.
it's
I don't know what we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. We ain't
Pacers in
seen Ron in a
5.
minute, man. Robin Lowe, hanging out with fucking Cohen at City Field. You know what I mean? Drinking fucking Ace of Spades and all this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga chain got a little bit bigger this week. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing it right, man.
yeah,
Rob, what's going on, man?
his glasses got bigger and shit.
You know what I mean?
Ah,
Glasses. What's going on, Rob? What you thought about this game, man?
I honestly, I agree with everything you said. If I'm being honest, regardless of some questionable calls, which I feel like has been happening throughout the entire series. I know that the refs are going to call it a certain way, but they need to. It needs to be more even keeled, so to speak. Like but outside of, can you not hear me?
Breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Outside of the fact that there's some questionable calls, the Knicks still have to put the ball on. They have to put the ball through the hoop. They have to play defense. They have to. They have to do the X's and O's. Tibbs has to figure out what the starting lineup is and rock with it. Tibbs has to learn how to stagger these minutes. Tibbs has to understand that certain players are going to get targeted for foul trouble early, which is what they're doing. They're throwing them off. Okay, you're going to start Mitch, and your boy, who's the other center?
Cat.
You're going to start both of them together. No problem. We'll target Cat and leave Mitch in there. And then when we feel like we'll just foul Mitch and put him on a free throw line since he's not a good free throw shooter. But they're targeting certain players. Tibbs has to be smart enough. I have the wherewithal to understand if I start this lineup, this is what's going to happen. Tibbs has to understand that Jalen Brunson, since he is the catalyst of the team, since he is the clutch player of the team, we can't afford to have him. I don't care if foul trouble or not. You can't afford to rest him, sit him at the 5 minute mark in the first quarter, then don't bring him back until the 3 minute mark in the second quarter, only to try to do that again in the third quarter. Like he has to be out there at the beginning of every quarter. Some quarters he might have to play the whole quarter, if I'm being honest. Josh Hart did it last year. Why we can't do that with Brunson? I don't care if he's hurt or not. My man Bronson said it the best. If you're not gonna give me 100%, sit him down. Like this is it. Now every game we have to play from here on out is a must-win game. Do I think the Knicks are capable of winning in MSG? I definitely think they win the next game, but it's not about winning the next game. It's about winning the game after that and coming back to the Garden and doing it again, which in NBA history was a 4% chance of a team coming back from a 3-1 deficit. So to your point, Cash, as the Knicks fan in me says, we have an opportunity to do something epic. And if our season and how we've played all year is indicative of that, then this maybe is the position we want to be in, down 3-1, and so that we could come back from the 20-point deficits to win. And now we're going to be a team that does this. That's the only option we have at this point. That's the only way we can look at it at this point. It's either that or, hell of a season. And then we're back at the same question, I guess. Do we fire Tom Thibodeau, or do we shake up the roster? Do we try to trade some of these pieces to get other pieces? Like, do we change what got us this far that drastically? Because that's what it'll boil down to. If the Knicks don't advance to the finals, it'll be a great season. But we'll be calling for people's heads. We'll be calling for a Tom Thibodeau firing. We'll be calling for a major trade to try to bring in a Kevin Durant or something that'll change this roster drastically. And then we're gonna hope for the same result next year with a bunch of major new parts. That's my take.
No, I agree, man. I
Well
agree.
said, man.
Yeah, very well said, man. And we'll dig a little bit deeper into pause the Tom Thibodeau shit and all the other shit. But Jay, man, I know I saw your IG post last night, busting out of your shirt, angry. Well, not even angry, you just look disappointed. What is your thoughts on this whole thing?
I mean, that's where I'm at. Disappointment. I agree with Ra. We can't look at this as if it's a death sentence. And also you, Cash, we have to be optimistic just for being New Yorkers, being New York fans, we've almost seen this movie written 1,000 times with this Knicks team, but it doesn't feel the same as it did with those other moments where you said, all right, we're gonna come out on the other side. This doesn't feel that way. This feels like there's a very slim to none chance that we have an opportunity to win. And I know that we're going to get into the Tibbs conversation a little bit later, but I second that. I think it's almost a foregone conclusion that you have to make a decision at coach in order for us to get to the next step. And we'll talk about who those people are later on, but right. I don't feel like Tibbs put us in the best position to be successful last game. I also don't feel like we're not starting these games like our hair is on fire. It's so bizarre to watch because we're starting these games very passive.
Lackadaisical, yeah, just like
it just seems like it's like all right. I think coming back from 20 points down so many times has made us almost
numb to the fact that we down.
Yeah, we believe that we can fucking just it's like we've done it so many times to the point where we think that there's a possibility any given moment. The problem is, at some point, you just run out of juice.
You run out
At
of
some
juice,
point, you
facts.
run out of fucking gas. And I think that we've done that so many times, coming back, to the point where we're mentally tired of coming back, and it's affecting us in our gameplay. If you look at Josh Hart yesterday, and Rob mentioned it, and we kind of discussed it a little bit before the show. Josh Hart made a lot of like un-Josh Hart like mistakes. There were a lot of turnovers.
This whole
and that's
series,
not,
if you think about it, yeah.
yeah, and that's listen to me. That's not a guy forgetting how to fucking play basketball. That's a guy who's just drained. He's given everything he's had to get us back, to get us to this point. Coming back from 20 multiple times, the fucking ass kickings that we took against Detroit physically, in order for us to get over that hump. It's just a lot to fucking to endure. And now we're tinkering around with lineups. We're doing all types of other things, which again,
Fuck
I
shit.
could go either way with the lineups as far as if we want to use Josh Hart in the lineup, who I heard he went and actually took himself out of the lineup, which shows you the type of character and the type of player he is. And then we put in Mitch. But is that the best thing for us? I don't know. We haven't yielded good results from it. We got a win, but did it really? I think we would have got that win no
He
matter.
started Mitch, but played Josh started minutes. So make it make sense. Like
38 minutes, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
What the fuck is the difference?
You could have had DeLon right in there. You could have had, but Q, I need, say your piece. Then the Pacers fan go, and then we get into the nuts and bolts of the shit.
Son doubled up on the shots. I could tell Q going through one. I'm enjoying with that Q. I'm a second that emotion. That's a second shot in
Yo,
10 minutes.
this is-
I like that. I like that for you, Joe.
This has been
That shit is Evian water. No, I'm fucking.
it's definitely not.
It's just Avion.
Yo, as much as
Avion,
I want to blame the refs, much as I want to blame Thibodeau, they all have their reasons. Yeah, put the investigation on the refs, but let's keep it a buck. Knicks has also been shooting a fucking shitload of foul shots. Like at one point, we had like almost 20 more free throws than the Pacers yesterday. Until that whole crazy thing that it really looked weird. In the fourth quarter, called like 6 fouls, and like that shit was wild, blatant.
Some real questionable ones too in key moments.
Like, all right, this is crazy. All right, so now they're trying to. Somebody made a phone call like, yo, bro, somebody tell George, yo, stop his shit, bro. He's fucking everything up.
Yeah.
Tibbs, we know he's making his mistakes. We've seen him make his mistakes all season. I think his mistakes from not using a deeper lineup in all those other series is why now we're feeling it like that. But we know that these guys can play on long minutes playing. At some point, we gotta put the blame on the players. Like why is Mikal Bridges running under the hoop, making a spin move fadeaway shot when you was just under the basket on a fast break point?
He was terrible. He was terrible yesterday.
They
He
were all
keeps
terrible.
doing that shit too.
They were all
Same
terrible.
awkward, ugly move.
Why is McBride? He has an open layup on another fast break, right? Because they killed us in the pace, right? But we had fast break. We could have made at least 10 more fast break points if we would have actually made the plays as a fast break point instead of looking out and dishing it away, right? Because they knew, they're gonna want to shoot the three. So McBride, what does he do? He passes it out to the wing, right? Another steal. Come on, Brunson and Josh Hart definitely looked tired, just throwing the ball carelessly, like they were playing dodgeball. They were just seeing who they could hit, didn't even care who the target was, as long as the other team caught it and you're out. And these type of mistakes show, fatigue, but it also shows what team really wanted it more and what team came more prepared. Because when you're playing a Chua for 2 minutes, what the fuck was the point of playing a Chua for 2 minutes, please? Yo, you put a Chew on a stat sheet just to get 2 minutes. Like that doesn't even make no sense. Like we do have a little bit of depth, obviously not as much as some of these other teams in this Final Four, but we're not utilizing them and we're not getting it. And to the point where it's like we're always playing catch up. We're always playing catch up and never coming with the mustard. You know what I mean? Like we don't have any of that, and it's getting aggravated. You know, and it's gonna be calls and all that other nonsense, but. You know, like, it's just annoying to see, and I think we got to start putting some more blame on these players because they got to be held accountable, bro. Like, and eventually somebody's gonna want to hold somebody accountable. Who else you hold accountable after yourself, right? Coach of the team.
No doubt. Well said. I just want to before you jump in, I wanted to say, yeah, those fouls, man. Yeah, we definitely we got the favorable whistle in terms of like volume, but the key moment fouls, like stopping the momentum, stopping potential runs, you know what I'm saying? In high leverage situations is where really killed us. But I'm not gonna sit here and blame the refs. I got a lot to say, but yo, first and foremost, I'm not even gonna hit the time yet. I need you to explain this Pacer shit real quick. This hack, because what we doing right now?
Well, let me explain this, man. Like, so after having my heart
It
broken,
doesn't matter.
shut up. We don't care what you have to say.
It doesn't
Fuck out of here. Who invited this guy?
I was going.
This is the same hat I just threw the other day. But as I was watching the post game, I realized I'm not mad at the Pacers, bro. Like it's funny because I'm not that mad at this team. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm not that invested, but like I was watching them talk to Siakam, and I was like, this guy seems like a nice fucking guy. like genuinely, like he seemed like a good guy, man. And I started I said, fuck that, man. I might. The Knicks is not doing it.
I'm drunk now.
I've already realized we're not doing it this year.
You gonna go fishing with this nigga? Like the fuck you talking about? He said, looks like a nice
I'm
guy.
gonna go
What we
fishing
doing
with
here,
Brunson.
man?
I'm gonna go fishing with Brunson and the guys. And when I'm on the boat, I'm gonna push fucking Bridges' ass off. Right?
Not before I do.
Yeah. Because Bridges is the reason. Let me not blame him, man, because I can't put it all on him, man.
Not the
He's-
sole reason.
He's
a piece
just
of
like
it.
he
Yes,
looks
sir.
so uncomfortable and awkward. And I don't want to be all over the place. Let's get back to what I was talking about. The Indiana thing. Like I said, I'm not mad at the team, man. Like I look at their team, I'm like, this team is fucking pretty good, man. As a team, I'm not saying individually their players are better than ours, but as a team, they are looking more cohesive. They look like they want to win. Like you said, Jay, the Knicks are coming out. They're acting like they're not down. Like you're supposed to be coming out, like just putting foot to the metal. Like, yo, we're knocking these people. Yeah, like first quarter, we supposed to be up in the first quarter. Even if they come back, we're supposed to come back and make a strong first quarter. And we're not doing that, man. We're coming out like lackadaisical, like playing, like you said, Jay. We're like, Brunson, I keep seeing Brunson, he keeps grabbing the ball like in between, like if there's a foul call, he must touch the ball. Y'all ever noticed that? It's like he wants, yeah, he tries to get the ball like and just touch it and get the fuck out of here, nigga. You don't need to touch the ball, nigga. You need to pass the fucking ball, son. You need to pass the ball, man. All of this dribbling up the court, backing people down. That's why nobody can get into rhythm, man, because it's kind of like we've all been there. We all play ball. You ever play ball and not get the ball past you, and then finally you get the ball, you're like, oh shit, like you're like so nervous.
I make that point all the time with Bridges. That's my point all the time.
Matter of fact, I'll play basketball with you, yo. It's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, because you don't be passing the rock, nigga. This nigga be nutting and shit.
Yeah,
pause.
man, but we got to come up with something, man.
I said pause. Now we got to get this right. You
All right.
if you say pause, you don't get to do the old whoa shit.
All right.
You know what
I
I
didn't even hear pause. I didn't hear pause.
You know what I mean? Or else, what's the point? A pause. Then nobody might as well say pause.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. I didn't hear the pause though. All right, so you good.
Nah, but we got to figure something out, man. We got to figure something out. This series, I'm not saying it's over, bro. It's over, but it's not over. Of course, as a Knicks fan, we can win, yes. In my heart, I'm like, yeah, we can still do it. But realistically, man, looking at this team is about a year or two away from where they want to be. If they stay with these same people, we need to gel more. So hold, hear me out.
But go ahead.
If we stay with the same
Who wants to get him
roster,
next?
That nigga Jay ain't
Now,
like that.
now listen.
I'm ready to get him too. I'm ready to get him.
Stop.
So you get
with
him
them.
next.
Hey, don't get emotional, guys. But just really think about this.
Who
The
got the
Pacers,
garbage can for this guy?
got here last year. The Pacers got to this point last year. right? So they kind of got that hunger. They're like, we were here, we going further. The Knicks are at the same point the Pacers were last year. They're about a year or two away. If they keep this unit needs to play a whole year, another year together, so they'll know exactly what everyone's role is. Right now, there's too much confusion on the court. I'll pass it
want
off,
this?
man.
All right, I go next. I go
Let me
next.
get it.
I'm
Let
sorry.
me
I
get it.
just let me just have a little bit of action here. Pause.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Yo, get back
Oh
on
man,
screen.
yeah, you can't talk all that shit with
He
your
throwing
Pacers hat
rocks and
and
hiding his hands.
I think
I get it.
realistically, that we already like this year, we had the time and the opportunity to we should have been getting ready for this moment this year, and we didn't. And that's a coaching situation. We didn't get anybody else ready to be in this moment except for the players that you're seeing on the court. And that's the problem. We have the personnel, we had the time, we had 82 games just like everybody else. Those 82 games are preparing you for these moments right here. And during that 82, we did not utilize the players or get none of the players ready for what they were going to experience. They didn't get the time, they didn't get the action, they didn't get the shots up, they didn't get the in-game experience, they didn't get the end of the game experience, and none of the things that are necessary to create a championship environment or a championship basketball team in championship moments. So now you have 5 to 6, maybe 7 people that you can rely on throughout the game and feel comfortable enough. And no one else, when they get in there, like I said, they're fucking shocked that they're in this fucking moment. They get the fucking rock in their hands and they're not really sure what to shoot. Should I pass it? They're not mentally or physically prepared for the action that they're experiencing. And we had 82 games like every other team. We just did not use it appropriately. That's where you start to look at, do we cut the head of the snake off and start to rebuild? And unfortunately, if we fuck around and lose tomorrow night in Madison Square Garden, that will be the last that y'all have seen of Tom Thibodeau.
I would understand that though. Like that would not make sense. That wouldn't not make sense. It would be kind of messed up. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say it would be kind of messed up is because as many times over the course of the last few years that I've called for Tom Thibodeau's job, right? There were better times to fire him. There were better times. There were more reasons to fire him before. So to fire him now, after he's the reason for the posthumous parade that we had in New York prior to even winning anything, right? We haven't seen a basketball parade of that magnitude in New York in over 50 years. I wasn't even alive the last time maybe we saw a parade behind basketball in New York. And guess what? It wasn't because these motherfuckers won anything. The Knicks didn't win shit. They just made it past the second round for the first time ever since like 2000. Like that's a 25-year drought. And even when we made it to this point, then the city didn't go crazy like that. The city was like, go get the chip. Back then we were more hardened fans. We was like, okay, now go finish the mission. We were harder. We've been so destitute of a winning basketball franchise that the city went crazy. And the coach that got him there, or the coach that was coaching the Knicks that got them to that moment, if we never see it again, like, listen, new coach, new team, new pieces, none of that guarantees anything next season if the Knicks don't make it out of this round. If the Knicks don't win this year, right? Nothing next year is guaranteed. There are 30 some odd other teams that are at home right now preparing for game 1 of next year too. And they're making the same pieces and adjustments and changes. Not to forget, the Celtics might be hobbled, but still a championship basketball team with a championship coach. If it's not the Knicks this year, another team that does win, whether it be the Rick Carlisle, whether it be what's son's name for Minnesota? What's the coach's name?
Mike Malone.
No, Malone. No,
Malone was fired from the Nuggets.
Finch. Talking about Finch.
Finch. Yeah.
For Minnesota, it's Finch, right? Finch.
Yeah.
These are some coaches that might be championship
Finch,
coaches next year. Who's the coach of OKC right now?
What's his name?
I don't even know.
I'm drawing a blank.
Guess what? 9 times out of 10, even though we don't know his name, we'll know his name next year.
I know
if
his
they
name.
win the chip.
Yeah.
If they win the chip, right? So there'll be coaches that are out there that will be championship tested. One of these 3, if not 4, if not the Knicks, right, will be a championship team next year. You know what I'm saying? And the Knicks, if we're not one of them, Only thing we could do is start it over. Deron said it the best when he was just like, "Yo, we need to run this squad back, right? If you run the same pieces back with the same coach, you're gonna get the same results. Unfortunately, what's Tim's
I
gonna
agree.
do with this squad next year that he didn't do this year? That
So
would
why
that
would
would
you
make
say
him
that?
change.
So why would you say not to fire him?
I'm just saying it's hard to fire him because of how far he got the Knicks. Because of what he did for the team this year, does it mean nothing? Is that
I
what we do to the guy that got us to this point? In other words, is that, and if that's the case, if that is the case,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it
Then
is.
if I'm a coach from the outside
Cost
looking
of
in,
doing
I'm like,
business,
yo,
my man.
yeah, I mean, I get the cost of doing business, but again, it's something. The one thing I love about New York, honestly, is because I kind of feel like, yo, it's thirsty as we are, we're fair. You know, we're kind of we're a fair city. Like, we're a city that's kind of like, if me and Jay went into a club
We are
today,
loyal to we're
well,
loyal
no,
to a
Let me
degree.
if
jump in
me
there.
and Jay went into a club and
Hmm?
we got into a fight and he got beat up, but he was in that fight with me, I'm not gonna say I'm never going to the club with that man again, because at least I know he'll go in there and fight with me.
He gonna hold it down.
Well,
But
he's
here's
fair. You
my
want
What
to
you
be a
thing.
want to say,
winner.
Cash? What you want to say, Cash? I know you.
Here's my thing. I agree and disagree with everybody, but let me talk about the tip shit first. Because you all have some valid points, but as far as I'm gonna address L shit first, man. I definitely don't think that they're 2 or 3 years away. They're on the brink of this shit right now. They were built for this, right? They were put together. They've been in the playoffs the last three out of 4 years, or 4 out of 5 years, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
not like they just a surprise, feel good team, and and then they need a little bit more experience. No, they've already gathered the fucking experience, and this is supposed to be the year for them to move forward. So I don't think that's the answer. In terms of firing Tibbs, yes, we love Tibbs. He has very good
I don't
attributes.
love the guy.
Hold on, but I'm saying most Knicks fans do love Tibbs. He has the run through the wall. We're gonna run through the wall for him, and I know those guys love him. He turned the culture around, right? I'm leaving all the good things and turn the culture around. He's motivational, inspirational, the whole bit. That part he's great at. You know what I'm saying? It's the X and O part that you can see he's clearly getting laced the fuck up by Rick Carlisle. Like it's so clear. It's the most clearest and most coherent it's ever been since I've seen him in the playoffs. In terms of firing him, like you said, Ra, listen, yes, he took it this far. How do you fire a guy that took it this far to the Eastern Conference Finals? Listen, the Warriors did it with Mark Jackson. Steve Kerr got him over the top. Chicago did it with Doug Collins. Phil Jackson, over the top. So sometimes it's just the cost of doing business. When I look at last night, right? I mean, there's so many things Tibbs did wrong. One of the things that came to mind, do you guys remember they getting out on transition and running over you crazy? I don't think I've ever seen, or I don't see it too much, when the Knicks come down and score, get a bucket. Excuse me. The Knicks come and the Pacers get out and beat them down court in transition after a Knicks bucket. I'm like, what are we doing here? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
I get
The
you.
fucking
I
Knicks would
understand.
score and the Pacers would get down the court before them. Unacceptable, man. He doesn't put them in positions, to be able to defend themselves. The turnovers, like I kind of look at that as you guys all like football here, right? Turnovers to me are like penalties in football. It's discipline, right? You know what I'm saying? They always say like Robert Saleh or Gase or whoever on the Jets. Why they have so many penalties? The coach is not disciplining them the correct way. They're not being disciplined. Same thing here, man. They're not being. There's no discipline, man. The turnovers is what really killed him last night. Turnovers in the substitution pattern. And my last point, pick and roll, bro. Jalen Brunson and Cat on both sides of the ball. There's no pick and roll. You're 7 foot all-star center and your all-star point guard. There's no pick and roll in these things. They had Nemhart, Neesmith on
Neesmith.
on Brunson, right? They're not doing any type of pick and rolls to get switches to free them up. They're doing that shit to us all day. They're pick and rolling the depth. It looked like they were weaving at one point. You used to run basketball and run down court and right? It looked like they was weaving the ball movement. They're picking and rolling. They'll set a screen after work. They'll set another screen until they get the fucking matchup they want. Tibbs is being outcoached, man. I could go on for fucking days, man, but
It's
I
easy
just
to
think
do that. It's easy to do that, Cash, when you
Yeah.
have the personnel and when you're going that deep into your bench because those players come in fresh and ready to go. A fucking weave takes all your energy. That shit takes a lot of your fucking energy.
No,
to
the
be
Pacers were like weaving with
That's
the
what I'm
ball
talking
movement.
about. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah,
Like, so it's like, so in order for them to do that, they have to go deep in their bench because they have to give people
yeah,
rest. Did you see how many
yeah,
times in and out, Neesmith's in and out? Like they're
yeah.
really doing a lot of in and out, in and out, in and out pause as
But-
far as the players that are entering the game. We're not doing that. So we're
Yeah.
not, we don't have the fucking the energy or the juice to be able to run that type of motion offense where everybody is
Right.
constantly running.
Right.
These guys are doing 2 and 3 fucking miles per half.
Yeah.
With
We're
the
all
amount of
ISO,
movement.
and our ISO players can't dribble and they can't shoot. Yo, hold on before we go. Last thing. Where's
So I
this
wanna say
stretch?
something about
Stretch.
this.
Hold
I
on,
wanna-
5
I-
out
I wanna
stretch.
say something
Hold
about
on. Where's this five out stretch offense that we traded Julius Randle for? Right? Wasn't that the whole thing? Bring your cat, stretches the whole offense. Julius clogs the middle. The ball's gonna move more. Gonna be more room for Brunson to work. Where is that? Where is that? Now, one more thing. In the beginning, this, if you look at the first game, the Knicks, to me, look better than the Pacers. That's what I saw the first game. I said, damn, the Knicks look better than the Pacers, right? That shit switched. And that's part of the, like you said, Jay, the not having the sub. He just did the substitute shit, right? They're running us down, they're wearing us down, and we don't have the personnel to really compete with them.
And let's not bring up Julius Randle because I'm watching this fucking Minnesota shit and I'm remembering every bit of why I wanted him to fuck out of this town. He fucking, and I don't want to go into this game too much.
Yeah.
We put Julius Randle back in it. The guy can't dribble the basketball. He loses the basketball. He doesn't run back down on defense. He's upset at everybody but Julius Randle because he can't fucking dribble. I don't want to hear anything about Julius Randle. We made the right fucking decision. The problem is we're not allowing any of the other people that we have to fucking bolster the decision. So we look ridiculous.
Can't play defense, can't guard the three, can't get key buckets. I mean, there's so many
Key
different.
buckets.
Let me play this. Let me play this clip real quick and let me get
Yeah.
your thoughts.
Because I want to talk. Hold on. Let me just touch on this real quick because y'all touched on one part. Yo, give me 2 seconds.
I gotta clean up. Pause. I gotta hit you with this shit.
Whatever.
You want to what you want to touch on?
I think Jesus Christ, it's crazy.
He said
God.
it. He said it.
Wow.
He wants to touch on it.
No, that reaction was to my words.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yo, just real quick and play the clip.
Not
But-
my it.
Yo, it's nobody's it, yo.
Get off my it. That's
Get off my
that's some
it,
new
nigga.
shit.
Yo, word. Yeah, that's it.
Your hand off my pocket.
Yo, everybody's about to stop using the word it now. Yo, what you gotta say after you say it? You gotta say pause, B. Yeah.
That's
Oh
okay.
man,
Okay.
nah, but what y'all was saying about the pace, but I think that was something that we all spoke about way before this, man. Controlling the pace of the game, and as tired and as fatigued as the Knicks look, yo, they were taking some viciously ill shots. Yo, ill-advised shots, man. Like they're not controlling the game. They're not controlling the clock. They gotta treat this like a football game, man. They gotta hold the rock, move it around, pick and rolls for 20 seconds, shoot a really good shot. You know what they're doing? Josh Hart is shooting a crazy 3-pointer from 28 feet
3
out.
seconds into the 24 shot clock.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, Carl Anthony Towns just dribbling it up and just chucking it out. And, and like I said, and this goes back to even when we were doing fast breaks. But we're not even utilizing scoring off the fast break. We're looking for another shot from the 3-point perimeter and causing a turnover. Like, we're not really thinking about what needs to happen. And like I said, that goes against coaching. But these guys, and 3 or 4 of them, 3 of them were on championship college basketball teams, which is fine. It's not NBA college, it's not NBA championship team, but it's to some degree
They know how to play
fucking
organized
different.
championship ball.
It's different, man. Like I would think you would understand. Like, yo, right now, I gotta hold the rock and let me waste a couple of time, wait for the play to develop, and we take the best shot as possible. No, let me just hold it right here, buddy, and just nobody there under the hoop. Yeah, everybody come over here away from the hoop and let me shoot it. Like that's a big key, man, and that's what I'm saying. That's a lot of this game. Even though Tibbs is a big factor of where we are, I think as a whole unity, and I think as a whole team of what what is our like what do we look like, right? Well, our whole overlook is like, yo, we look like a defensive team, right? We haven't looked like that. We also haven't looked like an offensive team. We haven't looked like a team that knows how to deal with critical situations. We know how to. The only thing we know how to do is come back from a fucking 20-point deficit, but that's not going to win you championships.
Good
I got a
shit.
question.
Rob, I want to ask you.
Okay.
I want to play this clip. I want you to rebut this, you specifically, because um I want to really ask you, what can the Knicks do to really like get back in the series? But listen to this clip real quick.
Eastern Conference this year, there was only one great team, and that was a fully loaded, fully healthy Celtic team, meaning a team that had everyone, including Kristaps Porzingis, fully healthy and ready to go. That team, I think, would have been great. Other than that, you have a collection of good teams that have flaws. And what I think we're seeing in this series is the Pacers taking advantage, way better than the Knicks are, of the things they do well, and maybe more importantly, taking advantage of the flaws the Knicks have, and that's why they find themselves up 3-1.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't think there's much separation between these teams. I mean, really, the Knicks scored 121 points. I almost feel like I'm talking about the Wolves from 2 nights ago. I felt the Wolves played a very strong game. They just played a team that executed brilliantly in the Thunder. The Knicks did a lot of positive things. We focused on the negatives, but they did a lot really well in this game. Brunson did have 31 points. He was pretty spectacular at the offensive end. We saw Bridges have moments. We saw Anunoby have moments. We saw Towns have moments. There is not a massive separation between these teams. That said, the Pacers are 11-3 in the playoffs for a reason. It's because
So
I agree. There's not that much separation between these teams. What can the Knicks do to get back in this series?
So I guess the real question is this more good Knicks or is this bad Knicks or good Pacers?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so I would say, based off the fact that the teams are it's a good matchup, it's more bad Knicks. And again, I don't care what the refs are doing. It's what the Knicks aren't doing well versus what the Pacers are doing well, right? There's one play that I guarantee you we'll see tomorrow that we've seen in every game that the Knicks have played in the postseason, right? Where they, you said there's no pick and roll, but they do this high pick and roll where normally a pick and roll is your guy comes up so that you can get around and maybe cut the corner, you cut it, and maybe freeze up your big man, you could dump it over. But the Knicks constantly, I asked Jay this, Jay was like, I don't know why they do that, Rob, but they do it a lot. Jalen Brunson will come to the top of the 3-point line arc. Mitchell Robinson or Cat will come out to create the space. And when he comes around, there's already another player behind Cat to meet him. Now that he has to fight by him too, which means y'all pick and roll ain't even pick and rolling. I don't know what that play is. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
And they do. They run this.
I think Nesbitt like mastered the shit already.
That's it.
So
That's it. Thank you. Q said it. He gave it up. He already said it. That's not the Knicks doing anything wrong. That's the Pacers recognizing the play and going over the fucking screen. They're not allowing us to do that shit.
Jay, here's my point. Nesmith isn't the only one who's done that.
All
Everybody that played the Knicks has done that. Like, so if I'm Tibbs and I know go run this play, I'll be like, that's not the play we could run because either A, we're not coming around that corner fast enough. Like Jalen Brunson shouldn't have to fight the guy he's trying to get by, then fight Cat, then fight the third player to make a whack pass, which is not 9 times out of 10 be a turnover at this point because Cat's supposed to be cutting to the rim or Mitch is supposed to be cutting to the rim at the same time. But it's not happening. They end up kicking it right back out and restarting the same play. Tibbs got to
take some responsibility for that.
Tibbs does have to take some responsibility. Yeah. So to rebut that, there's a lot of things that the Knicks have done well that they just won't go back and do well again. It's yet to be seen. It was cool to start Mitch, and that's probably why we won that game. But to Jay's point, or to anybody's point in this panel, the Knicks were probably going to win that game anyway because you started Mitchell Robinson, and guess what? You were still down damn near 30 points by the half. It's not like you started Mitch and y'all had a great run at it. You did what y'all normally do, which is overcome a massive deficit for the win. That's what y'all been doing. So starting Mitchell Robinson may have thrown all the team off, so to speak, right? And then y'all did what y'all normally do. But when you did it the next game, there was still no, like I say, this is how the Knicks win. I'm going to tell you how the Knicks win. Go back to your original lineup, right? Which is Hart, Cat, Anunoby, Brunson, and
Bridges.
my man Mitty Bridges, right? You go back to your starting five and you play into exactly what you know you can do well based off of this team. No more high pick and rolls. How about this? Set it up, let Cat get busy in the paint, let Cat get to the free throw line, feed Cat early and often, which will open up Brunson to do what he needs to do because they'll have to now instead of doubling Brunson, what are they gonna have to do? They're gonna have to double Cat, right? Once Cat gets into a groove in the first quarter, Cat should not end the first quarter with less than 12 points, point blank period. Jalen Brunson shouldn't end the first quarter without 8 points. But that's your game is gonna have to be an inside out game. We're gonna feed
Cat
Cat.
hurt though. So now
Huh?
Cat
Huh?
hurt. Cat hurt.
Cat's not playing.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. That's what I was about to ask y'all, like Cash and Jay. So like, Cat got a knee contusion, man. Like, do you think he's even gonna be able to start? And will he?
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to.
Wait.
I don't care for.
Let me just address what Ross said. I agree
Season over. He might as well sit.
There was a time last night when the Pacers. Hold on.
If Cat sits, we shouldn't have traded Julius Randle. So straight up and down, Cat gotta play.
Cat gotta play. But
you can't play if he's hurt, man.
Hold on, y'all. Because I gotta before I forget Rod's point. There was a point in the game last night where the Pacers were making another run. This is the smartest move Tibbs made yesterday. But then he doubled. He came right out of it. He had Wright on the floor, Deuce on the floor, Mitch, Bridges, and OG, and they slowed that whole Pacers offense down a little bit. And they got a chance to give these guys rest. You know what I'm saying? Put that defensive unit when this shit when you feel this shit starting to slip. I like that lineup a lot. You know what I'm saying? I like Dylan Wright, DeLon Wright, Deuce. They're athletic. They're mobile. You know what I'm saying? They're fast. They're a little bit younger. Mitch and Wingstop and OG. Put that lineup on the floor, stabilize the shit, and then sprinkle in your big guns. But anyway, guy, finish.
No, you're right, but he will do that, and he'll leave that out there for too long.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, or he'll pull him too quick. There was no method to. It didn't seem like he was feeling the flow of the game yesterday.
Nah, cue the floor is yours. Like that's the way everybody. Go back to your original lineup. Go back to your original lineup and play. Reroute how you playing it. The high pick and roll ain't working. I know y'all want to see pick and roll, but guess what? The Knicks ain't good at the pick and roll. It just doesn't. It doesn't look clean. I was saying to Jay the other day, it just looks like it's making them work. OG and Anunoby
it don't look clean with Cat. Yeah. It works with Mitch sometimes.
Well, then
it don't look clean with Cat at all.
But Mitch coming off the bench, you got to feed Cat in the paint. You got to let Cat create because Cat. Jay said the best. They have no answer for Karl Anthony Towns. That's obvious. That is an obvious. They have no answer.
They started sending the double to him.
That's
and
fine.
He's kicking out and they're missing shots.
No, but guess what? That's because they ain't been feeding Cat. So now they don't even know what to do in the kick out at this point. Or Cat will try to play hero ball when the double comes. You know what I'm saying? But feed Cat
because Miles Turner can't stick Cat at all. I'll give you that. He's blown right by him. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
D. Smith can't guard him either. Siakam can't hold him. There's nobody that they could put on Cat that's going to stop Cat. So
but when he goes in the paint, he's hooking dudes.
He has to
be doing a lot of dumb shit, man. Like getting a lot of stupid fucking fouls, man.
Guess what though? They be doing a lot of. They be
like, why, man?
That's my point. And I hear why he's going. Oh God, I hear it now because if you look at it, they slow it down. The guy hooked Cat up under his arm first. It was holding. Oh God. Oh my gosh. But they hook him under the arm too. They had Cat hooked under the arm and Cat just fight. Cat, you a big man. Yo, y'all gonna grab me? No doubt.
Right, you a big man. You got Tyrese Halliburton on you. That should be fucking turnaround dunk. You're fucking 6 inches taller than him and 80 pounds hard. Like why is that not automatic? Like shit like that.
Because he's not a big man, bro. He's never played. Like even in high school, he was fucking at the top of the key. Fucking 7 foot, big doofy ass high school.
And that's why we got him though. We got him to stretch
at
the
floor. Of the key.
It's just the coaching is terrible, man. But yo, listen, we can sit here and complain all day. I want to ask y'all a question, man, because Tyrese Halliburton's running around doing the fucking choke sign. He's doing the Jalen Brunson shit. Motherfucker acting real disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? And
having fun.
I like it because, I hope they got that picture on their locker, man, of him trying to play Brunson, you know what I'm saying? It's good for the game, but the trending topic today, I wanted to talk about this is Halliburton a superstar? I want to play this clip from Stephen A. Smith. Jay Williams says he is. I don't agree with Stephen A. all the time. Most of the time I don't, but I kind of agree with him in this position. Boys, tell me what y'all think.
Tyrese Halliburton, and I want to remind everybody of this because it's very, very important, because I don't want people to look at a dude who put forth a superstar performance last night, 30, 15, and 12 with 4 steals and not a single turnover. It was a spectacular superstar caliber performance. He deserves all the credit in the world for that. I'd like to remind people, this is a man that I wanted the New York Knicks to draft, not Obi Toppin, who, by the way, I like. I wanted them to draft Tyrese Halliburton because I thought the Knicks at the time needed a point guard, and he was the right guy to take. I didn't like the fact that they didn't take Tyrese Halliburton. The brother can ball. But when I think about a superstar, I'm thinking about you being a consistent number one option that teams have to game plan against every single night, and you answer the call. And to me, that hasn't always been Tyrese Halliburton. Even in this series, there's been a couple of games where he hasn't been there. That can happen to any superstar. I'm not implying that it doesn't. I'm simply saying I don't view him that way. Not yet. I think he's a damn good player. He's a young star in this league. I think the brother, if he continues to play this way, if he's more consistent with this kind of stuff, of course he'll be a superstar. That doesn't mean you have to do 30 and 15 or triple-double in order to be out.
Fuck Tyrese Halliburton.
Yo, we could have got Halliburton, bro. Like, what the? Yo,
Yeah,
I'm so
Glad
tired.
we didn't. Then we wouldn't even have Brunson. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Why?
No,
Why
before
not?
Brunson got
Why
here,
not? Why we need Brunson so bad, man? What the fuck? The nigga 6'2". Like we need nah. Halliburton is at least 6. Gotta be like at least 6'5", 6'4".
He's not 6'5".
He's a tall guard.
He's 6'5", bro. I'm looking at his stats right now. Now he could probably be 6'4", 6'3", but he's listed as 6'5", right?
He's
so
probably 6'3".
He's probably 6'3". Nah, he looks tall. He looks considerably taller than Brunson. Out on the court.
Derek White is tall too, and Derek White is listed as 6'4".
But go ahead though. Is he a superstar in your opinion?
Nah, he's not a superstar. He's a good player. He's a little bit away from, like, how can you be a superstar averaging a career average of 17 fucking points? I mean, that's not superstar. Those are not superstar stats. Now, he's having some great games, but I don't think he's a superstar yet, man. He's a star. He's a rising star in the league, definitely. He was drafted in 2020? Yeah, he's a rising star, but superstar, nah. Not yet. Like Steve said.
Get him, Jay.
Like Goofy A. Smith said.
Come on.
Go
on, Jay. Get him.
Goofy A and his goofy ass headline.
Yeah.
Jay, your mic. Unmute your mic.
You hear me?
Yep.
Here we go.
Yeah, y'all already know. You know, I'm not gonna have a very lengthy retort to this question.
Get him.
Tyrese Halliburton has had some superstar moments. He's trying to create a superstardom type of a how do you say it? Like a superstardom type of a villain character for himself to propel him into superstar status. But I don't see him as a superstar. I don't see Anthony Edwards as a superstar. I don't see fucking there's a lot of players in this league that you know what the superstars are? Let's talk about the superstar. Let's talk about superstars. Yeah. I'd say Luka's a superstar. I'd say LeBron James, of course, even at 49, whatever.
Why is Luka a superstar and Anthony Edwards not? I'm just curious why you say that.
Well, I mean, Luka has performed at a much higher level than Anthony Edwards has done in a period. If you look at Anthony Edwards, you can even take this series right here, and if he was a superstar, take that shit directly off his chest because he doesn't belong in superstar status at this point. You don't
I want to debate you on this shit, man.
You don't go into a Western Conference Finals and drop 16 and then the next day say, "Hey, listen, I didn't struggle." I don't want to hear that shit. Superstars, they show up at real times. Now we can sit here and say maybe Luka got sick and he still fucking dropped more than this kid dropped and Edwards dropped the yesterday or whatever it was the day before.
But Shea only had 14 the game before that they got blown out too. So people have bad games.
I'm out. He wasn't in the game.
Okay.
Don't you give me 40 minutes and you only give me 16 points? That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, Gilgeous Alexander was in the game 27 minutes and he gave you 14 points. I can handle that. He's also the MVP. He deserves it because he's done it the entire season. Anthony Edwards at times can disappear. Even right now, he's got 19 fucking points. His team's getting their fucking head scraped into fucking hamburger meat in a fucking closeout game, right? So you tell me, does that seem like superstar? He's not a superstar. He's a star. He's an exciting player. John Morant's not a superstar. He's a star. He's an exciting player. He's not a guy that's going to propel his team into something that you may not see before. Luka, he's already done it. Shea, he's doing it now. These are superstars. Giannis, that's a superstar. Guy wins a fucking like that. These are superstars. We can't put Tyrese Halliburton in the same. He's on the second or third apron. If you want to start having real conversations about stardom, he's not a superstar. Like, we're throwing that term around way too loose. Because
let me ask you, Jay. Let me ask you, Jay.
Cool fucking moments.
Let me ask you, Jay.
Absolutely.
So this superstar shit, right? So who would you say is closer to superstar Saturn? Don't be, obviously you're from New York. Would you say is Halliburton or Brunson?
Brunson.
You have to. That's not even that's an easy question, bro.
Brunson.
It's Brunson.
I just wanted the fans to hear it.
But without being biased, I think it's Brunson. But I think Halliburton's starting to make a little bit of a case for himself. Not superstar, but he's starting to build a case.
You can say that he's building a case is because of when he's doing it. And I respect the fact that superstars are
high leverage moments
in playoff situations. However, you can't take away what Brunson did in this playoffs, even if the team loses now. You cannot take away what he did by getting them here, realistically, almost by its fucking self. Because Cat hasn't great playoffs. So realistically speaking, Jalen Brunson dragged this fucking team kicking and screaming, even against the will of a fucking a coach that's been out by both of the two coaches before him in JB Bickerstaff and the coach Mazzulla from Boston. JB just said, yo, Big Body Brunson said, yo, fuck it. We're not going away. I ain't fucking leaving. I ain't leaving. So that's a superstar. Now, if you want to start to look at Tyrese as that, settle down.
They're going
to
that part. That part.
Nah, man, I don't know. Go ahead, Rob. Let's hear your take on it, man.
I agree with everything that Jay said, to be honest with you. Not one thing he said. Listen, Tyrese Halliburton is having great games behind other people that are also having great games. It's a bunch of good players, and when you have a bunch of everybody that's being consistent, you have a team that's just better prepared. Let's just say Rick Carlisle has better prepared this team, which means everybody has to do their part. When everybody's doing their part, somebody's going to take the lead on that. And if it's been Halliburton because he's the point guard and he's reaping the benefits of being the point guard, which means he could take the shot or he could get the passes. He's contributing everywhere, which he has been doing. Don't get it wrong. But Halliburton, I can tell you from a parlay standpoint in general, he's absolutely non-existent. A superstar is never non-existent. A superstar is never, in general. I mean, I could take Halliburton one night.
They're always greenlit. They're always greenlit.
A superstar is always, even if you don't hit your parlay, the superstar. If I put LeBron in my parlay for 20, LeBron will get 20 because he's LeBron James. If I put Halliburton, and I don't even take Halliburton for 20 because I know he's not a superstar, I'll be like, you know what? Give me the 2 threes and give me 10 points. That's all I need you to do tonight. And it'll be a fourth quarter. I think Chris Paul is a superstar.
Was he a superstar?
Chris Paul, I don't know. I think Chris Paul was a star, and I think he was a very high star. I don't know if I could say he was a superstar only because he never really got over the hump. But he's played with enough. He's complimented enough superstars. They put him alongside enough.
He's made people better too.
Where he's made people better. Where it's kind of like his career.
SGA is one of them. He helped SGA big time.
I'll put it to you like this: if he's not a superstar, he's still a Hall of Fame. He's had a Hall of Fame career.
I think he's had superstar years. Definitely, Chris Paul.
That's the trajectory I see Halliburton on the Chris Paul.
I'll tell you what,
Chris Paul trajectory. That's
Lob City Clippers. He was a superstar. Yeah. DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul. He was a superstar there. Yeah, for sure. He was definitely. He's had Chris Paul's absolutely had superstar seasons.
Was Jamal Crawford on that team? He was a 6th man, right? Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, but Jamal Crawford's not a superstar.
I don't know. I want to push back a little bit on the Chris Paul superstar piece. I don't think Chris Paul's a superstar. I think he was a great.
But that's my point. No, I think Tyrese Halliburton is maybe a 2.0 Chris Paul, in my opinion.
Chris Paul had a superstar season or a couple of them in LA. His career might not speak to superstar, but there was 2 or 3 seasons where when Doc was running that team or when it was that group of guys, There was no way in the world you wasn't telling me that Chris Paul wasn't a top 5 point guard, no questions asked. He was.
Point guard. Is that a superstar though?
He was a superstar. He was a superstar.
Superstar. I think again,
he was a superstar.
We're throwing around the term superstar a little too much.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
Let me say.
Who are the
this.
past few supers? Who are some superstars we can name?
Jay
like in the past 10 years.
I'll give you. I'll run a couple.
Of course, LeBron.
You got LeBron. I'd say Kawhi. I'd say Wemby. We're talking about current Wemby. I'd say he's a superstar.
Wemby.
I think he's a superstar.
Listen, we gotta see
hold on. You gotta ask me the question. Let me answer. Here's my thing. If you, it's about play, obviously, yes, but it's also about when these motherfuckers come to town, is my little man saying, yo, Dad, I want to go to see such and such and such a play. You know what I'm saying? It's box office. It's do you clear out your schedule? When LeBron comes to town, once a year, you want to go see LeBron, right? You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's play and everything, but there's other attributes that factor into that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at superstar.
So that's like Zion Williamson when he went to the Hornets.
I think Harden was a superstar before.
So Zion Williamson was a superstar in his first 2 years as a Hornet. Like, come on, man. Like, we throwing this word around. Like, niggas could come out with one great album, nigga could really rhyme on the block, and they call him fucking the greatest rapper alive, bro. Like, you need some Pelicans or whatever fucking team he was on, man. I'm glad he didn't come to the Knicks, but like.
So who are the superstars in the NBA right now?
It's gotta be some type of longevity. It's gotta be longevity related to this.
Anthony Davis, you said?
Jokic.
Davis? You bugging.
I don't even think Anthony Davis is in there. I say
LeBron,
Giannis,
Davis.
All right, look, LeBron. Let's say 80 out of there. LeBron, 80. Kyrie Irving is a superstar.
Kyrie Irving's a superstar, bro.
That's why I said Kyrie Irving. Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is a superstar.
Take Gilchrist Alexander.
SGA
is definitely he's a superstar
SGA's
now.
been a superstar, bro.
No, he's a superstar now.
He is.
Joker.
Joker's a superstar.
What about Embiid?
Precious Achiuwa.
Is Embiid? Embiid was a superstar at one point. Like he was
just talking. Niggas stepping over toes. Hold on, let him finish.
Precious Achiuwa is a superstar. No, I'm fucking with you. Precious Achiuwa is not a superstar. What you call it? We said Giannis already, right?
Yeah, we didn't say
KD. KD is a superstar.
KD is a superstar.
Yeah.
Listen,
that's about it.
That's about it.
Are we not counting Joel Embiid?
No.
Joel Embiid is a superstar.
We're not fucking.
He's not a superstar, bro.
Fuck.
Okay.
Why not?
Are we not counting Maxey?
He's got an MVP, right?
But he ain't. But superstar like they
didn't make the playoffs this year.
You actually are contradicting your own argument.
My fault.
LeBron didn't make the playoffs 2 years ago.
Jason Tatum. I'm sorry. Jason Tatum is a superstar.
Tatum's a superstar. I say Tatum's a superstar.
You're debunking your own argument if you say that Joel Embiid is a superstar. Joel Embiid is no longer a household name, bro. Nobody wants to watch this nigga no more. The nigga played.
Nobody wants to watch Kawhi either. Kawhi is still a superstar.
Niggas want to watch Kawhi. That's bullshit. And Kawhi.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
Nah,
I'm with Al on this. He has the talent to be a superstar. I don't know if he's box office. I don't know. You're probably right on Embiid. Kawhi
just fucking went crazy in the playoffs on his own.
You know what it is with Kawhi? You know what it is?
I'll give you Kawhi.
He's out too much. He's out too much. Like if he had to stay steady, then superstar status. But the years he's out and then he comes back and then we gotta wait. That's hurt him,
bro. But listen, you're only as good as your last motherfucking performance. And if I'm grading him on his last performance in this playoffs that just happened, that's a superstar performance from a guy.
We missed the big one. We missed the big one.
You got to
Steph
put
Curry
back in. I said
Steph Curry. You said Steph Curry.
But if that's the case, if we're judging them when they're on the court versus when they're off the court, then I got to put Embiid back in there because when Embiid is available, he's a problem for everybody.
Nah, not always.
I'm not putting him. No, I disagree.
When he's healthy, I agree. He's almost unstoppable.
He disappears a lot. He disappears a lot, man. And I think that's that's a big thing. So. He disappears a lot, bro. Like that's why they haven't fucking gone anywhere, bro. Because all the big games where he was supposed to,
he gets hurt.
Bro,
what about
all the big games? All the big games.
Does the superstar status have anything to do with just being like? Does that have anything to do with jersey?
Russell Westbrook a superstar?
hold on. Does that have
I
anything
think he
to do
was.
with jersey sales? Does it have anything to do with notoriety? With
Jersey sales.
those things have like they have a lot.
That's what I was saying. Box
All
office.
right. Okay. So Joel Embiid.
No, but I agree with I agree pretty much with your whole list, Roddy. To be honest with you, I agree with Embiid.
But at one point, Embiid was the best center, like in the league.
We wanted him. At one
People
point,
are still saying
the Knicks
he is
wanted
one
Embiid.
of-
At one point, healthy, the Knicks wanted Embiid. We did.
And
is
I wouldn't have been mad about it.
Is Dame a superstar?
Oh, we forgot about Dame.
I forgot Dame.
Dame time.
Yeah.
Is Dame a superstar? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Definitely.
injury.
Is Jimmy Buckets a superstar?
Yes.
No.
See, Jimmy's. I don't know about Jimmy, man.
Jimmy's a
I don't think
I know he might be
think-
a bit of. I know he
I
might
think
be a
he.
bit of.
I think he's a star. Like
I think
don't
he's a
think he's a superstar.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to
star.
say this,
Yo,
and
yo,
y'all can take it.
homie comes alive in the playoffs, man. Like he's not the dude that you just bring to a franchise to get you there. He's the dude you include to help you get further than you did last year.
Okay.
He's always been that guy.
No
makes
one mentioned Brunson
he makes
yet, man.
everything. Jalen Brunson,
we said Brunson.
He's at the
Oh,
bottom
yeah.
of it. I didn't say Brunson on my list.
Yo,
but he's at the
what's
bottom. He's
crazy?
budding.
Yo,
Jalen
what's crazy?
Brunson
I don't
is-
even feel like Brunson is there yet, man. Like I feel like
I
Brunson
do.
next year.
I think he just entered the building. That's how I look
Yeah,
at Brunson.
I feel like Brunson can win potentially the MVP in the next 2 years. I think we're gonna take it back to America, son.
We'll
I think
see.
we're gonna take it back to America, man.
We'll see.
Man, you Knicks fans, man.
Yo, that's true though. We haven't had an American MVP in a high second, right? 'Cause I think the last
About
MVP,
like
Shea
7,
is
8
from
years.
Canada, right? Joker's been winning it, and B, right? It's been about 5-6 years, right? 7 years, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, that's
Where's
something we gotta-
Embiid is from where? Cameroon, right? Or something like that?
Nigeria.
yeah.
Oh, Cameroon. Yeah.
Fucking niggas get ball out there, huh? Siakam's
that
from there
soccer
too,
shit.
man.
That's that soccer shit. That shit gets you. You know what I'm saying? But
Damn,
yeah,
who
that's
was
fair.
the last? Who was the last American MVP?
Steph Curry.
LeBron James.
Nah.
I don't know. LeBron James didn't want to.
James Harden. That's James Harden. I think.
Oh, James
I
Harden.
think
James Harden. Yeah, James Harden. 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was James Harden and shit.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a hot second ago.
Yeah, and then it was Steph Curry the year. Yeah, it was Steph Curry the year
pretty
before.
sure. I
That's
think
when
me
the
and Q
Warriors
we
won.
was arguing
Yeah.
about it one day. We looked it up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I was like,
Let's
yo,
see,
it's been a minute.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
That's 10 NBA MVPs, right? We got
That
we
shows
got
you.
Shea, Joker, Embiid, Joker again, Giannis, then the Giannis again, Harden 17-18, and then Russell Westbrook the year before, and then KD the year before that.
80? Wow. So Steph Curry had the year before that when he won the chip, right?
Think about
Must
that
have been
shit
before
too.
that,
You had
yeah.
3 Oklahoma City Thunders back to back to back.
Wow.
I mean, they weren't
Yeah,
on those
yeah,
teams
yeah.
respectively
Yo,
when they got
yeah,
it.
but
Yo,
they
but
that's their roots.
that team was just the scariest team, bro. And I used to tell people, I'm like, yo.
Well, KD and Westbrook were. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
KD and Westbrook
And
won it with
Harden.
OKC. Harden won it with another team. Harden won it with Houston.
No, but Harden was on that
Oh,
team.
I thought you meant they were all on OKC.
No, they're
Yeah.
from but I mean they won it in their respective teams when they won it.
Yeah.
And then I think Harden won it with
Yeah.
Houston. If I'm not,
Harden won in Houston. That's
Yeah,
when he was on that
Harden
tear.
was
That's
he
when
was
he
on
was
that tear. He
yeah.
was going crazy.
He was doing that
like
Euro
shot.
step shit.
But
I mean, think
yeah,
about this
man,
right now.
shit.
Anthony Edwards has 19 fucking points in a fucking closeout game. 19.
That's terrible, man.
Terrible. Shea Gilchrist-Alexander's sitting already, and the guy has 34
said-
points. He's already sitting. He's got
What Randall
34,
got?
and he's done for the rest of the night.
What Randall got right now?
24.
Randall scored. Randall
24.
21 points.
Look, all right. So, yo,
OKC mirrors Indiana a little bit, man.
That's what I was
They
gonna
run.
say.
They
So,
like to
like,
get
who's
out and
winning?
run. They
So,
I
Cash,
ain't gonna
who's
lie to
winning?
y'all.
Who's
Hold on,
winning
hold
if it's
on, y'all.
OKC and Pacers?
OKC.
Nah, we're not even gonna
OKC.
see. We're not even gonna see that yet. Come on. I mean, I know I got the Pacers hat on, guys. But
You a fan now?
No, hold on. Hold on.
The fuck?
Nah, yo, this. I'm saying, guys. Let's not even visualize the Knicks not in the finals.
You're right. Don't manifest that. Yeah.
Time out for a second. All right, so fuck this shit. Yo, I need to ask you, L. Put him on the big screen, please, so I can look at this motherfucker.
Serve him up. I'm gonna serve him up. Hold on, my bad.
Put L on
Hold
the big
Q.
screen so I can look at this
I got it,
motherfucker.
Q. I got it.
All right. So just to clarify my thinking, you know what I'm saying? And you know how I feel about you. I love you, bro. You're my bro. How dare you have the fucking unmitigated gall and moxie to come and sit on a New York sports show that is dominated by New York Knicks fans and have the gall to
unmitigated gall.
Unmitigated gall.
The Stephen A. unmitigated gall.
Not only are you wearing a Pacers hat, you're wearing it with some type of style. Like you're wearing it with
look, the shirt. I even made the fucking t-shirt match that shit.
Homie, match it.
Like it's almost as if
I'm not loving that, man. I'm not loving that.
It's almost as if you bought that shit recently.
That's a brand new hat. He bought it today for the show.
Yeah. So with that being said,
motherfucker, this shit got
it still had the stick on it. It still had the 7.5.
That shit
gold
didn't even burn
cell.
off yet. Yeah, he still got the silver sticker.
We feel a little concerned.
I hate the fucking way the hat look. I fucking hate the yellow, stupid P.
No, I like this shit. This is fire. That's why I bought it. The colors is fire. But I mean, listen. Of course, I'm a Knicks fan, bro. But I kind of like these guys, man. I ain't fucking gonna lie, man.
It don't work like that.
If the Knicks don't win, I want them to win, man. And I'm not a Pacers fan.
Yo, what are we doing right now?
Fuck you just say, blood?
Yo, what you say, blood?
What you say, cuz?
What you say, blood? Like,
how the fuck do we mute this nigga, yo? Like, I don't want to hear any more from this motherfucker. I wish this was like some work shit where we could just fucking straight up and down mute
the nigga out the chat, right?
You can mute him. You can easily mute him. You know what? I'm putting you on timeout. Hold on. Hey, he's muted right now.
I'm so fucking disappointed in you.
Turn this fucking mic off.
Turn this fucking
camera off.
I muted myself.
Put him in the fucking bathroom. So we don't gotta
throw him in the bathroom.
Throw him in the bathroom.
Yo, throw yourself in the bathroom. Like that. I'm not even there.
Come on, Sonny. It's embarrassing. Put a fucking towel over his head. Get him out of here.
Like, of course, I want the Knicks to win this next game, but I'm just watching the games and I'm watching what's going on, man. And like some of the games you can feel like, even I was talking to you, Cash, like I think it was the game they won. And we were talking, texting in the background. We were like, yeah, they're going to pull this one out. You can feel when they're going to pull one out if they're down.
Oh my God. Yo, bro, you feel that. You were Peter Fender. You were Peter Fender, B.
Yo, we from Queens.
What you say, blood?
Fuck you say, blood?
Go ahead, play the shit.
Oh, my God. Wow. No, that reaction was to my words.
So now, what was you saying as you was pulling it out?
That you could feel that they was pulling out of it. You can feel it when they're pulling it out.
That sounds
he
really
said
bad.
You can feel it when they pull it out.
That sounds really bad, man.
That would sound terrible.
That was crazy.
Damn, that's a bad playback, boy.
You can feel it when he pulled out.
Yo, don't fucking post this, man.
Feel when they're pulling it out.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, we are.
You can damn. While I'm pulling it out.
Damn, we can't edit this out?
Pause.
My man said you can feel it when they pulling it out.
Nah, but that's what I was saying, bro. Seriously, you can feel. You
that
you can feel when
a second one, but
you can feel when I don't even know how to say it.
Yeah, don't say it again.
You can feel when they're gonna win the game, man. Like even if they're down, the pace of the game. We'll see next game, man. I usually don't watch the fucking first half. I like to watch the second half, man. I like to watch the second half because that's what really matters, man. Like the first half is all for shits and giggles, man. Like it's like if you like basketball, yeah, watch it. I like playing ball, man. Like, show me the end of the game. Let me see what what these teams are gonna do, man. Like
what are we doing now? What are we doing? I'm not even gonna go there.
I said I like playing ball.
What kind of ball do you like to play?
I said I like playing ball. I didn't say I like playing with balls. I said I like playing basketball. Let me say it.
Hold on.
We're all friends here. All right.
Jesus.
We're all friends here. All right.
Oh, my God.
Everybody. Okay, guys.
No, that reaction was to my words.
Yo, from now on.
Yo, L, man, here's my thing. You sitting up here with a Pacers hat talking about you don't watch the first half of any basketball game. Killing me today, bro. You killing me.
I really don't, man. Like because it's not exciting to me. Like the first half, the excitement is in the second half of the game, man. Like that's when it matters.
But that's like saying I don't watch none of the regular season. I just watch the playoffs. It kind of dictates.
That's me, guy. That's me.
Oh man,
I haven't watched. I watched a few games this season. I watch a lot of replays. Right? But to watch the whole season, I don't give a fuck about those guys. I'm sorry. I know it's a sports show. I don't really give a fuck about those teams. I care about New York. I care about them winning. And when they lose, it breaks my heart. And then I switch sides. I'm a fucking bandwagon motherfucker, bro. Bandwagon. My name, my face is in the dictionary next to bandwagon. Just me fucking next to a wagon and shit.
You're rocking the Pacers and the Bulls hat.
With a drum set and a keyboard on the wagon. So there's a band involved, the bandwagon.
Word, man. But I like this team, man. They got with the exception of Halliburton, who does all the dumb shit, but Siakam seems
so
like
corny,
a very
though, man. His game is so
he's corny. He's corny. His little the way he flicks it up, all that shit looks corny. But together they're playing as a team. They're
very man. Well coached, and the pieces fit what Rick Carlisle's trying to do. They have their shit together, put it like that. But I don't think talent wise they're even better than Knicks. And we're not gonna go on forever. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why that's not a fact.
That's why Tibbs gets fired by the All-Star break next year. Not at the postseason. They'll let him rock, but he'll be fired by.
Yo, right? You don't think if he loses at the Garden and makes himself look foolish, you don't think he gets clipped end of the year?
Him and Leon Rose are too close to that. They're not gonna embarrass him like that.
Bro,
they're gonna tell him right then and there though. He'll be on notice like, yo, listen, 9 times out of 10, we're gonna go a different direction in the very near future. We will allow you to start the season if we don't find something. We're not gonna fire you. You're not gonna get one of these Black Monday moments, but we're friends enough to let you know that you're on notice, and we are.
You don't think they told him that already though? I think a self indictment of him was he comes back and he plays 9 guys on game 4. Was it 3, and then plays 10 guys.
Them telling him, yo, listen,
on game 4.
Fire you at the end of this year. You know that, right?
I think that was a self indictment though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where was this all season? Now you don't want to. You're not gonna play 10 guys or 9 guys, but can we get 8? Can we get these guys fresh? And another thing is maybe they're not. They're not. Listen, forget it.
Listen, who you firing? All right, I think this is the next segment anyway. So I'll be more than happy to walk you into.
Yeah, we'll close out with this.
Close it.
Yeah.
If not Tibbs, then who?
Mike Malone. Let's move on.
Everybody keeps saying Mike Malone. Like Mike Malone told y'all he wants the fucking job. Like y'all be making it seem like we want Mike Malone. Go out and get him. Like Mike Malone's gonna say, you know what?
I think the Knicks have good pieces. They made it to the conference finals. They got the money to pay him. I think this is an attractive position.
Yo, you think the Knicks is the only team that got bread that want Mike Malone?
So what other team?
No, but I
team
think
has made it further than us.
Where else would he go?
What other team has made it this far that needs a coach?
Where else would he go, Rob?
Where else could he go? He could go.
Where else would he go?
Not going to Minnesota.
Go to the Bucks, Minnesota.
He could go to the Bucks if they figure.
Why would you want to go to the Bucks? Giannis might jump ship and Dame is all fucked up.
Giannis is still there. For now,
he's gonna be out. Giannis is
out. Not if you get the right coach.
Bro, Giannis is out of there.
I still think Giannis might fuck around and end up in New York.
But
Denver, not for nothing. Denver. Oh, did Denver fire Malone?
No, they hired Adelman. No, but they hired Adelman. They already removed the franchise tag. Interim tag.
Adelman's son and shit.
Yeah, David Adelman is the what do you call it?
Yeah, that was all premeditated.
Where's he gonna go? Houston got their coach. Golden State got their coach, right?
Come on, man.
Where's he really gonna go?
Detroit. Where would you go if you were head
Detroit?
coach?
They love Bickerstaff in Detroit. He had a good year.
You're not going to JB.
JB is good.
JB will turn that shit around in 2 years.
Some could argue the Tibbs and argue. There's other. All I'm saying is
where, Rob? We're listening.
I don't know. I have no idea. But the Knicks aren't the only option. I'm saying
there's 1,000 places, but where you got a shot to make the playoffs and go far in the playoffs?
Yo, all right.
So not for nothing. Everybody acts like everybody be looking at like the Lakers, like Darvin Ham. Who's the Lakers coach right now?
JJ Redick.
JJ Redick.
What are you talking about?
That was his first season.
JJ Redick was terrible.
JJ Redick,
but LeBron bought him there. He's not going anywhere.
Nowhere.
Once the Bucks get involved, LeBron ain't gonna be there too much longer.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
2 more years.
But next year though,
he ain't going. We're talking about next year. Where else could Mike Malone
not
go?
going to Boston.
He ain't going to Boston. Where else is he going?
Nick Nurse is in Philly, right? He's not going to Philly right now.
Not going to Philly.
Building.
Who's in LA?
Who's in Miami? Spoelstra's in Miami. He's not going to Miami.
Tyronn Lue is in the Clippers.
The
He ain't
Clippers.
going nowhere.
Yeah, he's not going over there.
Safe. Who'd you rather have?
Jason Kidd is in Dallas.
Jason Kidd is good.
Tyronn Lue is safe.
Tyronn Lue is safe.
Tyronn Lue is safe.
Talking about Tyronn
So
Lue
is Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is safe.
One of the greatest coaches in the league right now is Tyronn Lue.
And about to get Cooper flag.
I think
not for nothing. The way Minnesota's going out, you should call it might not have a job.
Who?
I think Finch keeps his job. I think
Finch is fine.
The way that you see the score right now in the game.
Finch is
fine.
They
just need to make some fun.
They're gonna lose 4-1. 4-1. They're about to go out similar. Boom. Why is Finch's job? Why is Finch's job safe, but Tibbs' job ain't safe? At least at the halfway in the last.
Finch had 1 year, and Finch doesn't have the. Finch realistically does not have the fucking talent that we have in New York. If you really look at it, top to bottom, I don't think they do. They have
and I don't think he's getting out coached as much as that. They just have less talent.
They have less talent.
Than OKC.
Because you got Ant Edwards, and then who else do you have in fucking what do you call it? You got an agent point guard.
You got Nasty Nas.
You got Nas Reed. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You got Julius Randle, who the Knicks did not want, and I'm glad we don't have him just based off of what I'm seeing here.
All I'm saying is, guys,
even Chenzo, I appreciate, but who else?
It's not a foregone conclusion. It's not a foregone. When y'all say who else, where else can he go? There are a lot of teams that may say, "Listen, you can build all
a lot of teams.
Yo, but see,
I think
that's what I'm saying to you. There's not
but
a lot
the Minnesota Timberwolves are the type of team to actually like.
What up, my brother?
They're in the place right now where they actually got to somewhere where I'm pretty sure they didn't even expect to get there. Like they were building that shit over like Gobert. Gobert's a suspect center. Like Julius Randle, we didn't expect him to have this, season. Ant-Man's gonna do what Ant-Man do. Let's all keep it a buck. And Dr. DiVincenzo is getting like starter minutes, and he's an off the bench player, in my opinion. So I feel like it was just straight. Swap.
I know you. As a Knicks fan, I know we're doing Knicks fan shit. Let's get a splash hire. Get Mike Malone. That's going to fix everything. I'm just saying.
Hire.
Okay,
yo, Rob, you don't think the offense needs help?
No,
you don't think it needs help?
How you down
agree. I'm
getting my DJ Envy.
They went from a defensive team and they made the transition to an offensive team, and now the offense is breaking down. So you have no defense, no offense.
I think
and you have a guy who doesn't make adjustments very well. Like,
and now you have a coach that can do both.
I think I think you guys are mistaking my argument as to the fact where I feel like I don't want Tibbs to go. I don't think that Tibbs has to go. Versus what I'm saying is, if Mike Malone was a foregone conclusion, meaning like we know we're going to get Mike Malone, that's not something we know.
We don't know.
Know that, right?
No,
that's what we. That's what we as fans would like. If they were to clip him, fine. All I'm saying is, benefit of the doubt is, Tibbs, as much as I want the guy fired, how many times have y'all heard me call for this man's job, right? I'm just saying, I did not think that the Knicks were going to make it this far with him. And the fact that they did, in my head, I'm like, he knows more than I do, apparently. He knows how to get something out of it. This is the reason why I'm saying right now, if there was a team left in the playoffs right now that could pull off the 3-1 deficit just based off how this team has been playing this year, that has been proof in my eyes. Like, don't believe my lying eyes. The Knicks were supposed to lose. The Knicks were supposed to lose to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks have been doing some outrageously crazy shit. So it's either these teams have folded or the Knicks have a chamber that they can unlock at any given point, and they only unlock it, or the only person I've seen unlocking them is this guy. And as ugly as it looks, because we all agree that it's ugly. None of us like watching it. We on heart pills. Motherfuckers having epileptic seizures watching these games. I done turned again. I went to a baseball game and just turned my back on it, and driving home, I was like, they won?
Yeah,
Mike Brown just to find they won. Like these niggas won. Get the what?
Tyronn Lue took the Cavs to a championship. He replaced David Blatt. You know what I'm saying? Like
I never liked David Blatt though. David Blatt didn't even have do. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But sometimes you just gotta. We already referenced Mark Jackson's team. We already referenced all that. Sometimes you just need a guy. Sometimes you can only take a team thus far.
So far.
You know what I'm saying? And I think
Mark
that's
Jackson
where we are right now.
It's to the finals though. Mark Jackson took him.
No, but he's the everyone thinks he's the architect in that team, and I agree.
He was the architect of the team. I think he got a raw deal, to be honest with you.
I do too. You know what I'm saying? But
the same way that
I concur.
Yeah.
The same way
I
I
agree.
feel like if you fire Tibbs based off of this right now, you're giving him a raw deal.
You got to give him the half the season.
Yeah, I think he gets to the
Why?
All-Star break at least.
Why you gotta give him half the season?
What are we
We're dealing with a window here, man. These
See
guys
what
are
he
getting,
can do.
ain't
See
getting
what he can do, man. See if he makes changes.
We
See
already
if he-
know what he can do.
We already
We've
saw
seen
what
it.
he can do.
We
We've
have
seen
data
3
from the last
years.
5 years. Yeah, whatever it is.
Hey guys,
I don't agree.
guys,
with
if
that.
you fall down the steps today, the next time you walk down the steps, you're gonna walk a little bit more carefully, right? So, Tibbs sees.
I'm not falling down the stairs fucking 3 years in a row, L. Like that's it. I mean, you gotta be realistic, dog.
You know what I mean?
Come on, man. The whole
year one.
he's been making the same mistakes year after year. Let's be real.
Get him out of here.
I love Tibbs. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think I need nigga. Fuck all that. I need a championship, man.
Listen. I don't need a heartfelt story, right?
Yeah, me either.
I got enough.
What are we waiting on?
I don't love him.
I don't need any more of hey, listen, we're gonna give the guy some time because of what he's done. I'm not interested in what he's done. I'm interested in what he's doing and what he's going to do. And unfortunately, what he's done is what he's going to do. And I don't have time for that shit. I saw 3 years of this shit or 4 years of this shit, and it's the same thing every year. We're always calling for this guy's head because he's not fucking playing the bench. He's not getting these people ready for the fucking postseason. You got motherfuckers who haven't seen the court. You got Tyler Cole. What do you call it? You got Tyler Kolick. You got fucking you got
Dadier, Huck Porty.
These guys should have been getting fucking reps throughout the entire season, so we would have spaces to go, minor pockets of opportunity where we can get those guys into the game and they don't feel uncomfortable. And that gives our stars
now it's too late.
Opportunity to chill. You throw those motherfuckers in there now for what? It looks crazy, and they don't know what the fuck to do in the moment.
I got you.
Ernesto Che Ross said, he said, I think Tibbs has built us up, but sometimes a fresh voice is necessary. 100%.
Okay.
Fresh voice and a fresh pair of eyes, man. And someone not so stuck in their ways and stubborn. But like someone creative offensively. We need some offensive creativity, man. Rick Carlisle is lapping this dude, man. It's embarrassing, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. You can see, like, a lot of times people can't see the nuances of coaching. This is evident and it's clear.
Well, listen, I don't disagree with anything you guys are saying. And with that said, I'll say salute. I'm not saying that y'all are wrong. I'm just saying.
I think there's a ceiling, and I've been saying this for a long time. Me and Cash talking on the phone and shit, and like Tibbs looking like he has a ceiling, like he did Timberwolves. He had a ceiling when he was in the Bulls, and when he left those teams, they actually got better, which is crazy, better than what they were when he left them. So that just goes to show and prove, bro. Like if we're as good as we are right now, like it sucks to think this way because now we're gonna be like, damn man, the homie that could have maybe stood here an extra 2 years and maybe won a chip, but we as his fans be like, damn bro, this nigga's if he's not gonna make no changes, we're not gonna win shit. So if you're gonna stay your way, then keep your ceiling job. He might just want to be one of those dudes who's just getting employed just to get people to where they at, make his millions, and you be like, yo, I'm out. I did my job. I'm deucing. You know what I mean? Yo, y'all bring somebody else to get the headache.
I think he lacks what we need at this point. He turned the culture around, but now we need a guy who come in here and just create. And we need a good offense. And I know we're gonna get out of here, but even like an Ime Udoka. Somebody with some offensive creativity, man, innovative.
I forgot about Ime Udoka. I forgot about me.
He ain't going away.
No, but I'm saying a guy like that, like, you know.
I know.
I hope we're having the same conversation 3 games from now as the Knicks advance to the finals, and then we'll be
me too.
What will we say about Tibbs? What would we say about Tibbs at that point?
If they go to the finals right now, Tibbs is definitely here, 100%.
So, check this shit out. Not to hold y'all, if Tibbs goes to the fucking finals, I'll eat a fucking sandal on the show.
A what?
A sandal.
A sandal?
A chancleta.
A what?
A slide. I got mad pairs of slides, like new slides. I'll eat a pair of them shit.
Damn.
It's our way of life,
I guess you know we're not making it, huh?
I'm going to send you this one.
That's some wild shit, bro. All right. Salute, fellas. Peace.
Salute.
I don't even know I could drink to that, guys. Really, I don't.
Next week. Shout out to everybody's watching. Please like, share the whole bit. All right, peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Next.